In this video, we will be discussing bringing it together, creating a window guide, a mechanical example. If you'd like to follow along with this video, please open the file bringing it together create a window guide mechanical.dwg located in the working files folder as discussed in the working with this dataset video. Let's bring it all together with a real-world example of creating a window guide. We'll first create the 2D profile and then we will extrude the object to finish the 3D solid model. The first thing we need to do is see what our del obj variable is set to. Let's type in del obj in the command line, and right now it's set to 3. Well, we would like to retain this 2D profile that we're going to eventually create and extrude from. So we'll type in 0 and then press enter. Now, when creating 3D solids, you have to think about the space that you're in and the plane that you're at before creating it. If we were to draw the 2D profile in this view right now, we are in the top view of the WCS, which means that if we eventually extrude this, this will go straight down into the ground, into the actual file. Since that is not the preferred method, let's set our UCS so we're actually in the front view, and then we can extrude it in the top plane, which is a better way to 3D model. To do so very quickly, navigate to your view controls and click on the front view, and notice how it immediately puts you in the front view, but not only does it do that, it changes your WCS to the front view plane. We have provided for you a nice begin here multilayer, and we'll go ahead and start this 2D profile at this location. Let's first verify some settings. Firstly, we have dynamic input turned on. Next, we have polar tracking turned on. We also have O tracking as well as O snaps turned on, and for the O snaps, we have endpoint, midpoint, center, turn off node snap if it was on from the previous exercise, and intersection and extension. Selection cycling is turned off. Let's turn on 3D O snap and set it to vertex, midpoint on edge, and center of face. Make sure that dynamic UCS is turned off, and that should be it for settings. Let's go and make sure that our current layer is set to m-obj1, and then we'll begin the polyline command. We'll go ahead and start the endpoint of the polyline right there, and let's begin drafting our 2D profile. The first thing we need to do is go to the right, polar track 0, and the width of our window guide is 0.0625. Press enter. Now what we need to do is we need to go straight up a certain distance. The distance that was given to us included the 0.0625, but we need to subtract out that from 0.75. So this is actually a nice little trick here. This is not a 3D modeling trick. This is an AutoCAD tip. If you press Control 8 while in the middle of any command, this will open up something called the Quick Calculator. It's a great way for you to do some quick calculations so that you can actually apply those calculations to your distance within the command that you're working with. So we'll type in 0.75 minus 0.0625 and press enter. And the distance that we need is 0.6875. To add this to our command line, click Apply, and notice that's in the command line right now. To use this distance, simply track straight up and press enter, and that value is now applied. Let's go straight to the right, and again, we need that same exact calculation of 0.6875 to get to this location right here. Now, we need to go a distance that's 0.2375 plus the standard thickness of the window guide. So again, press Control 8. We'll type 0.2375 plus 0.0625. Press enter. That's a distance of 0.3. Click Apply. Again, go straight up, press enter, and there's the value for that height. Now again, the standard width for the window guide is 0.0625. So let's polar track to the left, 0.0625, and press enter. The standard depth here is 0.2375. Press enter, and there we have it. The width between here is standard, and it's 0.1875. Press enter. Now we don't need the distance. We can simply acquire this point using O tracking, move to the left, and left click. Move to the left again, 0.0625. Press enter. Again, using O tracking, acquire, move left, left click. We'll go that standard width of 0.1875. Press enter. Again, acquire that point there. Go this way here. Go left. One more time, 0.0625. Press enter. We'll go over here, tracking, left click. And then to complete this, we simply need to acquire that point there. Move up till we track 90 and 180. Left click. And to close it, type C and then enter. There is our 2D profile in the front view. Now we want to extrude this. So shift middle click to rotate the view, and then zoom out a little bit, and we'll extrude this 36 inches. Let's first make sure that we set our current layer to m-3d-solid. We'll click the Extrude command, select the object, press Enter, and then type in 36, press Enter, and there is our completed detail. Now, if you needed to annotate this object, you could do so in Paperspace. However, if you want to do so in ModelSpace, you can do so as well using annotative scaling. The first thing you need to do is simply define your views to where you want to actually dimension the object. We'll go back to our front view here. That will redefine the plane. And now we'll simply navigate to the Annotate tab. We'll set our current layer to gano-dims1. We'll pick the Dimension command. And we'll go ahead and snap to the following location and pull our dimension this way. Now let's go ahead and place another one. And we'll go ahead and place one, let's say, over here. These dimensions are now in the front plane. Let's go ahead and go to the Home tab, Layers panel, and we'll go ahead and do a layer freeze on this layer here. And now let's navigate to the Layout tab to see what actually happens. What you're seeing here is a front view, a top view, and an isometric view. And because we place those dimensions in the actual front view orientation of the drawing, they appear in the viewport as shown.